Okay, so I've never really done this before, but I watched some videos on YouTube. Thank you. And we're going to figure it out. A friend of ours put these stickers, applique on our shirts. Marc's came out so much better. It says Ken Daddy on his. Mine would say Barbie Mom, but mine was already plicking up at the edges. So I'm taking that off first because we're going to tie-dye these shirts and little baby clothes that I got, the plain ones that I got from like free baby registry stuff. Anyway, so we wanted to do this tie-dye because Marc had a stain on one of his shirts. I don't know what it was, like maybe a pen burst or something in his pocket and got some kind of stain on his shirt. And I was like, you know what? I could probably fix that with some acrylic paint if I watered it down and made like a tie-dye. And we had some of these other clothes and the Barbie Mom Ken Daddy shirts. So yeah, using tiny elastics that I think I got at the dollar store. This is Marc's shirt that had the stain on it. Yeah, there's the stain. It's like a light purple. And yeah, I'm just trying to like find places to scrunch up and tie the elastics around. And by no means do I know what the patterns are going to look like. I kind of want to make, I don't know. I just want to fit the the stain in with the rest of his shirt so it doesn't look like a stain anymore. But with the other ones, I'm trying like a few different patterns. I'm going in with the bigger rubber band here. I also feel like I'm saying a lot, mostly because I don't know what I'm really doing. I think this is the shirt that I'm trying to do like a little bit of a chevron pattern. So I'm starting from the center of the chest and pulling backwards. This was a shirt that I'm going to do in green. And it's just a sleep shirt. It doesn't have any decals or anything on it. It's, it's just a white giant shirt for sleeping in. And trying to get the pattern of the chevron sort of similar. But I understand why people use, instead of rubber bands, they use like just string, because it was really hard to get the pattern to stay. And the rubber band was sometimes not big enough. Like this, I was trying to do the swirl pattern on the Barbie Mom shirt, but there's no way anything I had would be big enough to hold this pattern in place. So I gave up on that. And I'm actually doing something instead of the swirl. It's like a horizontal. I folded it up from the bottom and down from the neck. And so those are the sleeves that I'm grabbing right now. And yeah, scrunching sort of like the chevron, but in a horizontal pattern. I was like, maybe I don't know what this is going to do. I also didn't buy anything new. I was just using watered down acrylic paints for this endeavor. Mostly because acrylic paints are like fabric paints. But sometimes you need to get the ratios right, because if you water it down too much, it really doesn't stay. But it will stain clothes, whether or not you water it down. So here I am, I'm mixing a light blue and a light purple, and this one got really frothy when I put too much water in it. But I'm trying to mix the color that matches the stain on Marc's shirt first, because I know that this was the most pastel color I wanted to use. So I'm just using a spoon. I know it would have probably been better if I like altered a little water bottle and made a squirt bottle. But, I wanted these to be kind of like big tie-dye patterns. I didn't need to get like very in-depth and like these tiny little squirt bottles they use in some of the other videos. Oh, they're super cool. But I just wanted to saturate his whole shirt with a light blue and a light purpley blue to match that stain. And so we're just dousing it right now. And I put them in Fry's grocery bags, the plastic bags you get, because so this was soaked through with paint, and I put them in the grocery bags and then put them outside of my apartment complex. I have a little like plant stand that's like a little grate, so I had it in the bags, but they weren't drying in the bags very well, even in the hot Arizona sun. So I took them out of the bags to let them dry fully after this. What I'm working on now is the baby bib and onesie. Like I said, these were free. They came with something like an Amazon gift registry, or like I had this work little baby getting ready kit that they sent me, like a book and this onesie and like a little lunchbox to put bottles in, which was super cute, especially because it was like free. It was like part of my employee benefits. And Marc was saying that he wanted to do this with purple and like a lime green, like Joker colors. These are also our favorite colors. I love green and he likes purple, and so trying to put these on in a nice way so that we don't get a mixture, because when you mix like yellows and purples together, you get kind of a gross color sometimes, because yellow and purple are opposites, but green and purple are not opposite colors, like contrasting colors, but they, the yellow is still there in that green. And well, that was me making a mistake, squirting out way too much of the yellow paint. Let's get that off my sink before I continue. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. I think this is the Barbie mom shirt that I'm doing right now. So I want to start with yellow and work out with a bunch of the pinks and purples way at the end. So it's sort of like a sunset-y kind of look. And I figured after I tie-dyed, and I still haven't done this, after I tie-dyed this shirt, that I was going to go back in with some black acrylic paint on a smaller brush and just fix up what it says on it. So it actually does say Barbie Mom instead of Barbie Mon. I think the script kind of looks a little funny to begin with. His Ken Daddy shirt obviously says Ken Daddy. And if you haven't seen the Barbie movie, I highly suggest it. It was very fun, and had a good meeting too. So but yeah, these colors were kind of nice. I mean, I'm using them a little bit more fluidly and I think this one came out really nice, but we'll see at the end. I just really like that I mixed a few different colors together to get this nice like ombre effect between all the pinks that I have. And this is just the plain white t-shirt for sleeping. I'm trying a dip method here because I wanted like the whole bottom to be this lime green I just created. Like I said before, green is my favorite color. And with this, I wanted to do a few different shades of green and go in with a watered down black. Like I knew it wasn't going to be black because you need to get real tie-dye colors in order to like have a solid black. As you water down the acrylics, you definitely get more of a pastel look to the color itself. And I didn't have any other mediums to mix it with besides water. But so this shirt, and this was like that chevron pattern from the chest that I was trying. So I really had high hopes for this one. There we go with the black. And you'll see it turns like a light gray as I'm pouring it. But still, I was excited about this. The only thing I would recommend is I forgot while I was putting this in the rubber bands, the shirt was actually inside out. So now that I have everything dried, I'm just taking the elastics off before I put them in my actual dryer to heat set them, because you don't want the elastic bands to melt. And they're super cool, right? But that green shirt that I have at the back, it was actually inside out. So all the like brightest colors right now are on the inside when I wear the shirt rather than on the outside, but it's still pretty cool. That's Marc's shirt. I wish I could use a little bit more purple on his shirt. We might have to re-tie dye his because the stain looks a little bit more purple than it does. And the Barbie mom definitely came out cool. It was the only hair tie I had to cut off because I had tied it to begin with. And yeah, this green one, I think as I was pulling off the elastics, I realized that the inside of this was a little bit wet still, but we got to get the elastics off so that way we could put it in the dryer and heat set all the acrylic colors into the fabric. That's really what happens, when you're using acrylic paints. If you want it to set, you need to heat set it as a fabric paint. And these are the finished products. So Marc's shirt, yes, it's tie-dyed light blue. You can't really see the stain anymore on this video, but I see it in person, and I wish I had gone in with a little bit more of the purple color just to give it a better tie-dye feel. It's very pale. Let's take a look at the baby stuff next. This, I think, came out really nice. I wish this is the purple shade that came out on Marc's shirt, actually. And I had gone in with like a lot more of the purple paint and water, so I think that's pretty cute. And they match, Baby doesn't need the bib until like way later, but and this is the horizontal, which I think was cool, the way it has like the yellow down the side, down the center, kind of like a snake pattern. I kind of really like that. And the darker creases every once in a while on the sleeves there and down on the horizontal on the front, because Barbie Mom is actually on the back of the shirt. So I'll try to fix that at some point with more acrylic paint and a paintbrush. And this is the one I really, really wanted. I think this came out super cool, the chevron pattern and the darker swirls and stuff. So let me know in the comments if you would try this or if you have any suggestions, comments. Thanks for watching. Bye.